Here we are at Thornhill Broome Campground in California. This is California State Park. We made reservations at this campground about 6 months ago. You have to make them 6 months in advance. And as you enter this campground, there's the entrance right there. But if you turn right, these are first come, first served spots. And they say if you get there at like 8 o'clock in the morning and then try again at like 11, as people are leaving, you can usually get one spot, especially on a weekday. And these gates here close at 10 o'clock at night and open again at 8 in the morning. So you can come, and there's a lifeguard, at least one lifeguard on duty every day during the summer here. So it's pretty nice. So there's the camp host, the entrance right there, and if you pull around on this road right here and stop here in front of this spigot, you can fill up your hose. And it says drinking water, fill this hose for filling drinking tank only. So that's what it's made for when you arrive. Another thing we wish we would have brought was some bikes for our kids, because this road right here is basically a private road. Only campers that are camping here drive along this road, so your kids can ride along pretty safely because there's a fence on the other side. And so if we come again, we're definitely going to bring bikes for our kids. So this section right here is the first come first serve section, and there's a few more rocks right at the top of the beach, and then it gets sandy. So if you were to the first come first serve has more rocks. The reserve section has less rocks. I think the higher the number you reserve, the less rocks there'll be. Ours is 32 and it doesn't have hardly any rocks. But they say it varies from year to year. Sometimes there's lots of rocks and sometimes there's not very many. So it just varies.
And of course, they check out at 11:30, 12, so that's when you can show up to get a spot.
Oh yeah, the first come first serve has to check out around 11:30, 12ish. So if you come around when they're leaving, you can grab one. So there's bathrooms scattered randomly throughout this campground, and there is a handicap accessible bathroom, and then there are 3 regular bathrooms, and there's 4 or 5 of these along the whole campground. And there's also these spigots here, so you can fill up your rig with water. You can't bathe in it, but you put a hose right there, but the hose can't screw on, so you have to kind of hold it there. So there's spigots probably every 20 or 30 feet or so, but you want to make sure you bring a hose to fill up your rig with, or hope that you park near your campsite is near one of the spigots. If not, you can always ask one of the campers if they have a hose to borrow one. And so here's all these campers along here having fun. Alright, so a couple more things about the Thornhill Broome Campground. View this pass here, and this camping pass you put in your window, and you can use this to get into any state park in California during the time that you have your campground reserved. So we actually went to a state park up in Ventura, and we got in for free. Saved us $10. So if you go anywhere else to any other state parks, it's still good for that. Another thing that is helpful is every afternoon at this campground it gets windy, like at 2 o'clock until like 6 or 7. So we play on the beach in the morning and then we go somewhere in the afternoon because it's pretty windy and you can't really do a whole lot. You can hang out in your rig, or you can go do an activity somewhere else. And then the last thing, if we were to come here again, bring lighter fluid and kindling for the fire, because it's really hard to start a fire without those 2 things. It takes a lot of stoking and whatnot. So But once you get a fire going, it's super fun. Are you guys having fun? Yep. Okay, this is our campsite. This is campsite 32. There's our fifth wheel with our truck. And directly from our truck, you can walk to the beach. Really awesome, within walking distance. And it's really private. The only people allowed on this beach are people who are camping. And so you kind of have your own little private beach area. And there's like 40 something campsites. And then there's a small section of day first come first serve campsites. And each campsite comes with its own picnic table. And there's also a fire pit. So you can have a fire at night and relax. And there's a lot of campers and there's a lot of motorhomes and trailers too. Some people are in tents, some people are in trailers. There's a good mix. Alright, I'm eating a s'more from my fire. One last important thing is there are no showers at this campground. However, there is another campground just down the road, Sycamore Grove Campground. And when you have a reservation at Thornhill Broome, you can show them your little ticket in the window at the Sycamore Grove Campground, and they will let you use their showers there. And their showers there, you have to pay for like $1 for some tokens, and that gives you a 4-minute warm shower. So if you're tent camping at Thornhill Broome, you can still get showers. It's just at the other campground. So that's something important to know if you don't have a rig. So this is a cool sand hill that is just down the road from Thornhill Broome Campground. We climb up this big hill and get to the top, and it's fun to play on the sand. Hi, Mac. And plus you get an amazing view of the ocean and the sunset. So definitely worth stopping by.